Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mewth24, and this is a response video of sorts to Mewth24's top 5 kits of 2010. And while I did build a number of kits this year, not a whole lot of them were actually from 2010. There were only a handful that were released this past year that I actually built this year. So it's going to be more of a, top 5 kits just that I built this year. And they're from all over in terms of when they were released. So, as you can see, the first one here is the Shining Gundam, and while it really isn't, up to par with some of the more recent kits released, this was the second master grade that I built, and it wasn't just because of the fact that, it was one of my first master grades, I really like this, but it's the fact that it's basically one of the earliest kits that had an inner frame of any sort. Prior to this I built the RX-79, and it was a fun build and everything, but it just really doesn't stack up to this in terms of, the inner mechanics and everything. And while this is a really simplified version of what would come later on, it was just really cool to kind of go back and see, how the inner frame technology basically started. Also, it was kind of a walk down memory lane for me because G Gundam was the second Gundam series I watched in its entirety when it was aired on Toonami. And I just love the fact that you can pull off all sorts of cool fighting poses like you would have in the anime with this kit. As you can see here, he can stand on one leg and pull off a cool, intimidating pose. But to me, 2010 was really the year of the master grades for me, and I couldn't think of a better way to start it off with something like the Shining Gundam. In the number 4 spot, I actually kind of have a tie here because of the fact that these kits are so close in terms of their engineering. But I have the Strike Noir and the Stargazer from the Gundam Seed Stargazer miniseries. And the reason I love the Stargazer is because it's so different, both in terms of its technical aspects and just the design of the mobile suit. To have something that is intended for deep space exploration, and then to have all the gold and white over the kit, it really stands out as just a very unique design. Whereas with the Strike Noir, it takes the basic design of the Strike and the Strike E, and then adds a ton of weapons on there, which you can store all over the place on this thing. Gives it some better posability in the kit, some more detail, makes it look more sleek and streamlined, and really stands out from the rest of the Strike variants. The fact that you get so much posability out of these, a much better posability in most cases than with the majority of the seed kits in the high grade form, really made me feel like it was worth the extra few bucks to amp up to the seed Stargazer kits. And I had a blast building these, and they're tons of fun to pose, as if they're in Mortal Kombat, or even like I have here where they're just firing off to the distance, or just kind of posed in a hovering sort of look like the Stargazer is. Coming in at number 3, I have the high-grade Afterwar Gundam X, and while I can only hope that Bandai does a master grade of this sometime in the future, this high grade is a great alternative. It packs a lot of weapons and accessories into a kit of this size. You get a lot of detail, a lot of color variation, especially in the torso here with the yellows, the blue, aqua bluish color, the red. The stickers, while there are quite a few of them, I think they work really well for the kit, and add some panel lining in there, and you've got a really great looking high-grade representation of the Gundam X. The fact that the satellite loading cannon transformation has been improved from the old 1:144 scale non-grade is great, and it really captures a look and feel of the suit from the anime. At number 2, I have probably the single best master grade of a lead Gundam suit from any series that I've built this far, the Turn A Gundam, and I really wasn't expecting all that much out of this kit. I figured it'd be better than some of the other kits I bought, like the Master Grade Strike Gundam and even the Wing Zero Custom, just because of the fact that it was a slightly newer kit. But I wasn't expecting the great posability that you get out of this kit. And for the price tag, I wasn't exactly expecting there to be much in the way of weapons and accessories, but you just get a ton with this kit. And I'm really glad that Bandai didn't spike the price for this kit as much as they do with some of the other kits, and it's probably because of the fact that the kit isn't as popular of a design for the mobile suit. But the Master Grade Tournay is a huge improvement over the old 1/144 scale and 1/100 scale non-grades that came out in the late 90s. And even if you're not that big a fan of the Tournay Gundam's design, just its overall appearance and everything, if you buy this kit, I can guarantee you will not be disappointed by the way that it's built and all the stuff you can pull off with it. But the Tournay fell just shy of the first place spot, and that went to the Master Grade Crossbone Gundam. And I have the full cloth version, which comes with all the extra weapons and accessories as well as full cloth itself. But wow, this kit just blew me away. The way it's engineered, the fact that it doesn't use any polycaps, really works to this kit's advantage. I was a little skeptical, admittedly, just because of the fact that this is a very small mobile suit in comparison to some other ones, but it's just so brilliantly designed. The number of weapons and accessories you get with really either version is quite impressive, although you do get some more with the full cloth release. And the fact that they're all tucked into different areas of this kit, with the exception of obviously the Beam Zanber and the Muramas Blade and everything, but just the fact that they worked that into the kit as well. You get some great stickers and decals with this kit. Nice colors right out of the box. You don't have to do a whole lot to make this kit look good, but obviously if you go ahead and paint it, it's going to look better. But this kit just blew me away and has to be my single favorite kit from this past year. You can check out reviews of all the kits I mentioned here on my channel, as well as many others. And why don't you leave comments below on what your top 5 kits were for this past year, whether they were released in 2010 or you simply built them in 2010 like I did with these kits. And with that, I will see you guys next time.